What's up, rock stars? Boom! Hey, hey, hey! So, church 21 in the books. So, one of the interesting things is that having to schedule these masses in these churches and the locations and finding where they are has really taken the priority of how I plan out my day. And it's like, okay, when I got to figure out what church or what parish I'm going to go to, which church in the parish, and then what time also will dictate which church in the parish. Because I shared before, one of the interesting things is that because you have multiple churches within a parish now, within the Pittsburgh area, for the most part, I think there's only one parish that is a single church, and that's St. Padre Pio in Lawrenceville, which I've been to. Amazing church. But all the others have multiple churches within their parish. Oh, I just thought of another one because it's actually transitioning. It was the parish, St. Joseph the Worker parish, which after this week is going to be down to one church. They're going from 8 churches down to one church. So that was the church I went to on Monday with my sister. So, and it was a closing mass. So, for that church. So this is becoming, okay, how my day is planning, how I have to plan my day and the things that I have to do and scheduling meetings, and really is being determined by how I get where this lands, how I figure out, okay, where am I going? What time am I going? And then part of that too is part of my goal. One of the goals is that I visit every church within a parish. Once I hit a church in a parish, it's like, okay, now part of it is go to every church within that parish. And so today, check the box on the entire parish. I forget. It's a long name. It's Christ the Shepherd. I think it's long. I'm thinking more about this than about that. But it's a 2-church parish, and so I got the second church in today. And so it's thinking about, okay, what's the next one? What's tomorrow? What's Friday? What's Saturday look like? Really looking at, okay, based off of the parish, how many of those churches within are kind of stack in a row. But really, the point is that this is becoming the first thing that I have to figure out or plan for in my day, is getting to Mass and planning out where I'm going in order to attend a Mass, the daily Mass, fulfill the 40 churches during Lent. And so it's not ironic or coincidental, quote that I'm taking from John Bryant, who took it from somebody else, and I can't remember who he took it from. But, coincidences are simply God's way of remaining anonymous. And so I started thinking about, this is how we are to live our lives, is putting God first, putting Jesus first in our lives. And by default of doing this 40 churches during Lent, I'm putting Jesus first in my day when I'm planning out my day. And it wasn't intentional from the standpoint of, I have to put God first, so I'm going to start doing this. No, it's the outcome of doing this. And so during your Lenten journey, that's one of the things that will happen, is there will be unknown outcomes. There will be things that we don't plan for, and a positive thing will happen. There will be a result that will happen from doing these things. So be interested to hear, what are some of the things that halfway through have you already seen or recognized? Like with me, okay, by doing this, I'm actually putting God first in my day by trying to plan out where I need to go and at what time. And so that by default creates putting God first, because I plan everything else around that throughout the day. So love to hear some of your kind of unknown or unrealized, or not unrealized, but unknown positive outcomes that have happened through your Lenten journey, and maybe even after Lent's over, if you could share those. So love to hear them. Put them in the comments or reach out to me, message me. I'd love to hear some of those things that are happening that you didn't even think about would be happening in a good way in your life during your Lenten journey. Hey, share your smile with everybody today, because you just might make somebody's day.